Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 2, module 2 of ethical leadership and organizational behavior. Hopefully you had a good week 1 and are figuring out how Canvas works. So this week we're going to be on module 2. So let me pull this up for you. Sorry I'm late with my video today. I had a problem that some of you might have had when you were doing your introductions in Studio, and I found out if you have Screencast-O-Matic already on your computer and then you try to use Studio, which uses Screencast-O-Matic, it'll give you an error message. So I learned that after recording some things that did not get saved. So this week we're going to be looking at trying to understand individual differences of people at work. Okay, so we'll be looking at both specific learning outcomes. How do organizations influence work attitudes and behavior? So last week you learned about the goals of organizational behavior are understanding, predicting, and influencing behavior. So this is part of that. Knowing about individual differences help you to do those things. Looking at yourself, we're going to develop a plan for improving the person-organization fit, or the fit between you and your job or your organization. And take a look at values and examine the ways your life story has influenced your values. So read chapters 3 and 4, and then journal material. I've put all of them for all of the journals in the kind of initial page about that module. I went back and forth on whether I should put the materials with the journal assignment or in the front, and I put them all in the front. So sorry I didn't get that question answered quickly last week. So there are articles and a video about authentic leadership, which is our Citadel characteristic of principled leaders for the week. So this week, only one discussion board, one written assignment, and one journal. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. I'm having some allergy problems still with ragweed. Okay, so the discussion is looking at best places to work. So you've probably seen these lists show up in the, online now, in the newspaper, magazines. Companies use it in their marketing materials, one of the best places to work. So here's a link with Fortune 100 best companies to work for. The SAS case at the beginning of chapter 4 is one of those best places to work. And so thinking about those organizations that say they are the best place to work or want to be the best place to work, answer these questions. How do these best companies how do they try to influence attitudes and outcomes? What do they do so that people like them? 2 is evaluate your current or most recent employer. You don't have to tell us, you don't have to remind us or tell us which employer you're using, but what was that organization like? Did you feel satisfied? Did you feel committed? Did you exhibit high levels of performance and organizational citizenship behaviors? Were you absent very often? Are you still there? What could your current organization or future do to make sure you are satisfied and committed? So what could they do better? If you could make some recommendations, what would they be? And then finally, as a manager or a leader, what can you do to positively influence these attitudes and outcomes? So hopefully you'll get some ideas from other organizations and other leaders in the class that you might be able to implement. Oh, we got an answer. Got a couple answers already. I won't show theirs. The individual assignment asks you to look at person, organization, or person job fit. So this is an activity to help you get to this point. So I have an activity attached that you can do on your own. You don't have to share the results of that with me. But really it's trying to help you identify kind of what are your dreams, and then you think about what categories you're dreaming in and how you might accomplish those. So 1 asks you to reflect on the exercise. What did you learn? What struck you? Were you surprised at anything? 2, what values do you hold, and how do these dream categories align with or fail to align with those values? So think about that. And then assess your current person-job fit and person-organization fit. Excuse me. What are your conclusions? What steps could you take to better align your dreams and values with your job and organization? A lot of things to think about. And then finally, the journal assignment for this week looks at embracing a true, authentic self. So here's the definition of a true, authentic self. And so, yeah, the Bill George's book on True North and the workbook that goes along with that are the source for this activity. And this is an activity I've done in my undergraduate class. So, excuse me, see if my picture is still here. I have them draw a picture of their life this far and put in important events or experiences that happened to them along the way. You do not have to turn yours in. That's just for example of what it might look like. And then really, here's what I want you to talk about. Who have been the main influences in your life? So reflecting back on the journey, your life story up to this point. What have been key experiences? What have been most difficult challenges? Bill George calls this the crucible. How might you, or how have you already turned your crucible into an opportunity for growth? How do your life experiences shape the values you hold? And how well are you living your values? So coming back to that idea of the values that you hold, who you are as an individual, and what that fit is like with your job, your organization, and your bucket list, your dreams. So submit that as an individual. I forgot to say, remember the discussion board, do your original post by Wednesday, and that gives everybody else time to respond to at least 2 other posts by the Sunday at the end of the week. So have a good week. I will get in and work on grading your assignments from week 1, hopefully tomorrow, Tuesday. But let me know if you have any questions before then.